Now to continue with the law 2, a raised to power s divided by a raised to power y. Now the law says if we have the same base and the power also maybe the same or different, and you have division here, then you are subtracting the power. Remember, when it is a raised to power s times, so if it is times, you are adding the power, but if it is divide you have between, then you are subtracting the power. So that means this is example 3 raised to power 4 divided by 3 raised to power 2. Now based on the law, so this will be 3 raised to power 4 minus 2. So this is 3 raised to power 2. So if it is 125 raised to power 3 divided by 5 raised to power 4. So to do this, the base are not the same. So I have to make 125 the same base as 5. So if I don't know this before, so just use your format, the LCM format, 125. So now the lowest number that can go here without remainder is 5. So 5 in 125, that is 25. 5 again, 5 in 25, 5. 5 again, 1. So that means 125 is 5 times 5 times 5, like this. So that is 5 raised to power 3. So that means 125 is 5 raised to power 3. So everything raised to power 3 divided by 5 raised to power 4. So now 3 times 3, 9. So 5 raised to power 9, 5 raised to power 4. So 5 raised to power 9 minus 4. So 5 raised to power 5. So now let's see another law. So we have not solved any question here. I'm just giving you the laws and how to apply the laws. Remember, we can combine all these laws together. So now 3, a raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So anything raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So that is another law. For example, let me say 2 divided by 2 is what? You say 2 cancel out, so that is 1. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. Remember, the power is 1, 1, invisible. So do you know I can write this as 2 raised to power 1 divided by 2 raised to power 1 equals to 1. It's still the same. Now based on the law of indices, division will turn to minus. So this is 1 minus 1, so which is 1. So remember, you subtract the powers. So this is 2 raised to power 0 is equals to 1. Do you see now? So anything raised to power 0 is 1. So that means it may not necessarily be 2. If I use any number, so we are still going to get 1. So that is why we are changing, instead of using numbers, that's why we are using alphabet. So now look at it. A divided by a is 1. That a is power 1. A raised to power 1 divided by a raised to power 1 is equals to 1. So a raised to power 1 minus 1 is equals to 1. A raised to power 0 is 1. So it means any number raised to power 0 is 1. So if I have 3 raised to power 0, so it will be 1. If I have 3s raised to power 0, 3s raised to power 0. Please look at these two very well. You will notice there is bracket here. So if there is bracket and you have 0 outside the bracket, so everything is 1. But if there is no bracket, that means the 0 is only affecting x. Then this will be 3 times 1 because it is only this one that will turn to 1. Anything raised by 0 is 1. So that means this will be 3. So that is law 3. So now let's say another law. For a raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over a. So anytime you have negative power, you will change it to 1 over then a raised to power that 1 again, as in any number there. So look at another trend. If I have a raised to power minus 2, so that minus, I'll change it to 1 over now the 2, a raised to power 2. You remove the minus there, so like this. And you can also go backward to this. So now a raised to power minus 5 is equals to 1 over a raised to power 5, as in just change the minus to 1 over. So now remove minus here and write, instead of minus 5, just write 5. Take notes. So that is how we can manipulate this rule. So now what if number is there? If I say 2a raised to power minus 4, now this is the same thing as 2 times, is this one that will change to 1 over a raised to power 4. So this is the same thing as 2 over a raised to power 4. That is, this is over 1. 2 times 1, 2. Now if I have the reverse form of this law, so 1 over 2 raised to power 3 will becomes what? Because it's 1 over you have on top, so that will be 2 raised to power minus 3. So you just write this and put minus. So anytime you have something like that, so 1 over 5 raised to power 4, so this will becomes what? 5 raised to power minus 4. So learn how to move from left to right. So that is the general law. So now what if I have 2 over s raised to power 3? How can I change this to index form? So before, if it is 1 over s raised to power 3, you will just say s raised to power minus 3. If it is this, so it will be this one. But if you have 2 on top, now you write that 2 first. So write it first. That is like saying 2 times 1 over, as in if I split it, because 2 times 1 will give me 2. 1 times s cube will give me s square. So that is how we can split it. So now this will become 2. Instead of 1 over s cube, it will now be s raised to power minus 3. That means if there is any number on top, so you write the number first, then s raised to power minus 4. So that is how we can change numbers from one rule to another. So in the next video, I'll do the remaining rules. Then we can solve examples.